Friends, this session is all about the wireless and mobile communication. As you know, in the current time, we are seeing so many electronic gadgets in almost everyone's hands. What are these electronic gadgets? These electronic gadgets are nothing but the mobiles and handheld devices. And this has become very common in our India, so that we can see the change throughout in the nation. And in the today's session, we will just handle the issue of wireless and mobile communication, how the communication happens, and what is the technology behind this mobile and wireless communication. Also, we will focus toward the future of mobile and handheld devices and how exactly the wireless and mobile communication was started. As you can see, I am talking to you through EduSet. This is also an example of wireless communication. However, if two people are talking in a speech communication, that is also an example of wireless communication. But in terms of distance, if you are seeing, the first it was used when the people have started using the light for the wireless communication for guiding the ships and all. So, first session we will see that what is the wireless communication and what is the future. So you can see the wireless and mobile communication is basically making a backbone of the network which already exists. Maybe in today's scenario we can see the internet is one of the major backbone of the IT revolution, and this is added with so many handheld devices as the mobile and wireless devices are becoming cheap. The cameras with the mobile you can see, the music player you can see, iPod you can see, and like that there are so many series of mobile devices. Similarly, some portable computers like palm top, laptop, and all these are very common in the current time. Now, what will be the future? What are the next coming devices for the wireless and mobile communication? In this we can see that after some time you will see that most of the devices will be integrated with the computer, as the power will become cheap, it will have the low cost and high computation power, and also it is very much portable. Next thing is the technology in the background. Computers are aware of their location. What we mean when we are saying computer are aware of their location, we mean that if I am having a device, a gadget, mobile device, it can easily identify whether the device is placed at this time. You can see in your mobiles also, it indicates you that whether you are staying in this particular zone or you are not staying in the zone. As you will move from the Delhi to Ghaziabad, it will directly indicate you that you are moving in the Ghaziabad and the base station has changed and you are in the Ghaziabad now. So this is the way the mobiles are reading their own location. But it is not limited here, because once you are able to know that you are at this place, and for example I have some device at my home and I am roaming in some outside India, so that my device will know, it will keep tracking that wherever I am going, whenever I am having some message, it will directly forward that message to particular area or particular device which I am having in the roaming location. So this is the way we say it's a location awareness, and through the location awareness we can guide so many things. We can guide all of our electronic devices, not only from the presenting at that place, however in the roaming location also we will be able to handle the electronic devices and the situations we want to handle. So this is the way we are saying it's a technology in the background. Now the advances in the technology, what will be the advances in this technology? Obviously after some time, as the Moore law say, that after a year the computation power is basically doubling. So similarly we can see that computation power after some time will be maybe 4 times, 5 times within a year, like that, as the new technology are emerging like nanotechnology and other. So it will definitely boost up the computation power, and the size of devices are going to very small. Maybe as we can see, the previously the handheld devices, the mobiles and laptops, it used to be very huge size and heavyweight, but now you can see the laptops and mobiles are very lightweighted and having lot of battery backup, as well as the display is quite well, as well as the handheld devices at the current time are able to run the standard application. The standard application, we mean the Windows operating system, the simpler Office, the Windows Office, we can see. The Office is also able to manage on the mobile devices. You can directly give your presentation not using the laptop but using your mobile device. You can directly add your mobile device to the projector and you will be able to deliver your lecture through the presentation mode. So these are the things which are coming. Next you can see the computation, the wireless communication will have huge bandwidth. The bandwidth which we are having currently is around 100 Mbps generally we are using, or less than that, but the incoming future maybe we have the bandwidth in terms of the gigabytes. We can, as we are browsing our computer, as we are searching something in a computer, in the same computation power we can access anything on the internet. So this is the way the things will change. Directly you can download a movie within a fraction of minutes, and that you can see. These direct to home and all this technology are going to implement it as the bandwidth is going to increase. So these are the basic backbone technology which are basically going to support the advanced mobile devices. So next slide we will see that what are the current mobile devices available in the market. So this you can see, the pager we used to have, this is the pager. In this pager, generally it is a one-way communication. It only receives the data and it is only work on the text mode. You can, if you want to send some message to someone, you can directly send a page to that person and it will receive that page. But it is not two-way communication. That's why it is now outdated from the market. However, just from past six years, it was quite useful device. Next device which emerged was the mobile phone, which is quite common in India also, which you can see it's voice data support. Also, it's having a small display. It's having a small display which will directly show you the number and SMS services it provides, as well as the voice you want to send, that is also available. It is very common, so I will not say more about it. Then it's a personal digital assistant, we say it's a PDA. Actually this is very common devices because it having very good graphical display. It's having character recognition facility and it is very good in browsing the internet. As you are browsing the internet through your laptop, in the same way you can browse your internet through the PDA devices. So this is the next device. Now these devices we are counting in terms of the performance and the facilities available. First the pager, which is only the one way, then the mobile, which is having the two way but only the simple text display. However, the PDA, which give you the facility of internet, as well as it's having a graphical display. Nowadays you can see that all these devices are merging. Even your mobile devices is coming with a lot of computation power, having the facility to browse the internet, and you can have the very good graphical display. So it's not very hard and fast because the technology is merging to each other and the different devices are emerging. Then the thing will come is the palm top. It's a simple computer which is very thin size and you can put on your palm and you can use it. As we are using the laptop which we put on the lap and we are using, in the same way we are saying it's a palm top because you can put on your palm, on your hand, and you can directly want whatever you want in the computer. Similarly to work. Only the problem will be the small display. It's having very small display. However, it will not able to run the very standard organization application. Only the different version, like Windows have given the version for it, and the mobile version for the Windows Vista is available. That can be work on this. Then the next, in terms of mobility, the device is the performance. It's the laptop. Laptop is a complete computer, only thing it's a movable. Wherever you want, you can take this computer with you, and nowadays the laptop are also coming in a very small size. Now you must be thinking that what are the differences between the wireless mobile devices. Wireless, when we are seeing, we are talking about any device which is movable, which is not required the wire, which is not required to connect with the wire. For example, I have a wireless local area network. In the wireless local area network, my computer can be placed in the room number A or room number B or room number C, and it will work quite efficiently as it used to work. So the access point is not fixed. This is the only difference between the wireless computer and the wired computer. However, in the mobile, if you are seeing, the mobile are quite different from this, because it is able to locate because it will identify the base station by itself. So it is not necessary that you should be in the limited premises. However, the mobile devices will be able to work wherever you want to go. So it is independent of the premises. So this is the way we are saying it's a difference. We have given some example also. You can see the stationary computer is neither wireless nor mobile. The notebook in a hotel is a mobile device, of course. And the wireless LAN building, as I was giving you example, the computer now wireless LAN building is one of the example of wireless device. Then the personal digital assistants. This device is both. This is the wireless as well as the mobile device. Next, you can see, as you are seeing in your presentation, here there is the simple scenario of the wireless and mobile scenario. In this you can see that what are the different ways the computer communication is happening or the mobile communication is exactly happening. You are accessing something through the satellite, you are able to access something through the base stations, you are able to access something through the computer, you are able to access the wireless mobile. Cars are there. In this cars you can see the device is there, and this car is communicating to this car, or this car is communicating to this car. And in the car also there is a small personal network you are able to see. There is a palm top, there is a PDA device, there is a mobile device, and all are communicating in a wireless mode and using the ad hoc basis. So this is the current scenario you can see in the wireless and mobile devices. All things are not connected with a wire. So the disruption, the tapping, the security problem, the hanging of the broken of the wire, and all these issues are away. But because the wireless is sharing a common channel, so it is having some other problems that we will discuss later. But now let's see that what are the application of these wireless and mobile devices in the future and in the current time. First of all, one of the application the wireless and mobile devices can have, it can prevent the road accident. How it will able to prevent? Because in the wireless devices we can implement a small application which is aware of your location, and it will be the guiding system. You are having one small device in your car which is having the complete map of a city. If I just want to enter the destination, like I am going from the Nehru Place to Punjabi Bagh, so I will just write this is the location I want to go to, Nehru Place and Punjabi Bagh. Directly your computer, which is your guiding system, will make a shortest route. However, it's not only the shortest route, because it is connected to the base stations also and other devices, so that it will also handle the issue of congestion. If there is a jam from any other way, it will directly convert, it will directly guide you. Okay, there is a jam in this location, so now you can move from this point to this point through this route. So this is the way we will be able to save our time, as well as if you are having the guided system and you met to some accident, it will directly inform to the nearby hospital or the medical center, where or the PCO car or the mobile, the hospital, they will come directly to you. You don't need to inform to anyone that I met to accident. Directly when your car will hit to an accident, it will directly give a message to nearby base station and nearby hospitals, and all emergency services can come. So this kind of things are emerging in the future. However, this is not only the limited area, it having some other things also, as you are seeing in the businesses. In the business, how it will be useful? In a business, you can see you have the remote databases, you have the customer databases, you have the shopping marts, and you want to access all things from your home location. You can directly get the things from the whole location. You can see, you can feel, you can assume that these things are available. For the example, I want to get the grocery items for my home, so I will just say that this is the shopping station. I will just go to the shopping station. I will directly send the pictorial view. I will see the pictorial view. In the pictorial view, I will just pick up the items, and as I will pick up the item, it will make a list automatically, and this list will directly go to the shopping mart. From the shopping mart, they will see that from this mobile location, they have received a request for this item, and this item will be packed and come to you. As you have sent the mobile number to you, it may be directly deducted from your credit card, which is associated with your mobile number, or the bill will come to you. So these are the way the things will change. You not need to move at all. The things are coming, the wireless application, mobile application are coming in the way. So you can save lot of your time in this kind of processes. There are so many facilities to submitting the electricity bill, as well as you want to fill the water, electricity, and you want to give the fees for your children's. All these things can be done through the wireless and mobile communication. So these are the things which are coming in the future. However, you can see that they are not only the limited here. However, when you are having the wireless LAN, wireless local area network in the office, in that way, if you want to change the setting of your room, if you want to shift from one room to another, it's quite easy. You just need to drill down your trolley to the another room, and all things will be directly transferred there. You don't need to do any wired transfer from that room to another room. So this is the way things are changing, and the intelligent services are also emerging in this area. Intelligent services we are seeing for on your behalf, your mobile device or your wireless device will able to do lot of things for you. For example, the concept of smart home will be very much useful for you, for us, in terms of we want to do some kind of management from your office. So what you want to do, you have put your cloth in your washing machine. Now from your office location, you directly control your washing machine. Through the washing machine, it will see that how much time the cloth should be drained, and after some time it will directly drain your cloth and it will keep ready for you. Another thing, if you want that something should be on or something should be off, or you want to maintain the temperature at your home before coming to office, you can directly put on your AC. After putting on the AC, it will directly control your AC. So this kind of devices which we generally use to handle, but through the mobile and wireless devices, all this kind of communication will be from the machine to machine and not from the person to machine. So the communication scenario is changing. Now you can directly, your machine, your mobile device, directly command or control all of the electronic devices which are available at your home. So this is the way we are changing the things, and the concept of smart home or the intelligent services are emerging. Similarly, the facility of call forwarding, call sending or diverting to other person, these all things are possible. In this way, directly your call will be forwarded to other person. For example, there is some call on my mobile devices which is the friend of your other friend. So you want that this phone should be diverted to your friend X, so you can directly send make the route in this. So whenever the call that will come from that number, it will directly relocate to the other number. So this kind of lots of applications are coming in the market, as well as you can see some of this in the nearby future. However, there is not only the application and advantages of these mobile devices. However, there are some limitations also of these mobile devices. What are these limitations? You can see in your mobile devices what are the basic problems you are facing. The first problem is the battery backup. You are saying that after one time you have to recharge your mobile so that it can work efficiently. So there is a battery backup problem. Another thing is the small display. It can not compete the laptop or palm top because it's having very small display. It's not having very efficient keyboard. So that most of the things you have to do in a very limited ways. So these are the main disadvantages you may be facing. Another disadvantage of the mobile devices, it's because of its small size, it is very much prone to the theft. Anyone can steal your mobile and sell in the market. So this is the main threats coming in the mobile devices. However, there are some other limitations also. For example, as I have said you that mobile devices are sharing a common channel. What is this common channel? This common channel is nothing but the air. We all are sharing the air. Because we all are sharing the air, and in the air you can see there are so many noise pollution are there. Because of the noise pollution, the message which you are getting, sometimes it get interrupted, or if you are talking to someone, sometimes you heard some kind of disruption in your mobile. So these are the main problems which you can see that the errors are more in the wireless devices. Another thing, when we want to browse the internet, it is not able to handle the very large bandwidth. Very limited bandwidth is there, and through that limited bandwidth, the internet processing, the internet downloading is very slow. So we need to have the large amount of bandwidth, but implementing this large amount of bandwidth using the air is quite difficult, because if there is any problem in the small circuit, or any problem in the data which is communicating through the air, this will be the complete data will be lost. So we have to invent, and a lot of research is required in area of the error correction, error loss, data lost, and all these things are very necessary in the current time. However, you can see there are some other security problems are also there, because we are accessing the channel, the common channel. So this is the medium which is accessible to anyone. There is a possibility that you are talking to someone and that message will be taped by some other person, and that can be reused or misused by someone. So if sometimes we give very important information also through our mobile, like when we are going for the shopping, in that time we have to give the credit card number. So just assume if someone will get your credit card number, that person can misuse it and withdraw your all the money. So this is some problem which are still there. However, in the locations, according to the location also, the wireless and mobile devices are not working very efficiently. Sometimes you can see that you are in the basement of some building, and there the mobile is not working efficiently, or very limited signal is there. Or if you are going to in the car and you are getting very interrupted signals, because the base station and the service stations are not available there. So we can see that this kind of interruption and fading of signal is available, which can be changed or which can be improved as we will implement all these things in a better way, and this is the things. Now let's go, we will just have a glance that how the wireless communication was exactly started. As first of all we started with the future, then we have seen some applications, then we have seen some limitations. Now we are here to see the history of wireless communication. In the ancient time, as I have discussed, the light was used first time for guiding the ship. This was the first example when in the distance we have used some wireless communication between two persons. This was the very ancient time. After that, in 150 BC, the smoke signals were also used. The different color of smoke signals used to indicate the different things during the war and some other things. After that, the optical telegraphy was invented in 1794. This was basically based on the optical technology, and the optical telegraphy was introduced. Then the wireless telegraphy was also introduced. Then in 1950 the wireless voice transmission was started. Then in 1926 the train phones were invented, in which the wire used to keep tracked with the railway tracks, and we used to have a wire with tailored to the railway track, and whenever there is any emergency or we want to communicate anything to the driver, we can directly give the message to. It was quite useful. Similarly, in 1933 there are some fundamental work was done towards the current mobile and wireless devices which we are seeing. In 1933 the frequency modulation was started. In this concept, in this fundamental work of frequency modulation, have given and shown a path to us that how a frequency can be used to communicate a particular signal, and different frequency can be merged through a complete channel, and that can be merged and sent to the another station at the receiver, and receiver can separate out the different frequencies and get the message whatever it want to get. So it was one of the very fundamental work. Then the start of GSM specification was done. GSM specification was started in 1982, which was the basic move toward the global mobile communication scenario and toward changing the global mobile scenario. Then the American AMPS technology was invented and implemented in America, where the analog phones, analog mobiles was implemented, and this was the first device, mobile device, which was invented. Then the digital cordless phones, we all have seen digital cordless phone telephones were used. The start of GSM 1992, the GSM was exactly started. In 1997 and on, the different IEEE standard was implemented, Bluetooth technology was invented, which just say that wireless in the small area can be implemented, like this computer is there. In this computer, basically I don't need to have any wired mouse or wired keyboard or anything which is connected to the wire. We don't want. We just used to have the wireless communication between the computer devices, or any small communication, like I have the mobile, that mobile can directly communicate to my computer without attaching any wire. So this kind of things has emerged, which shows that the future of the mobile and devices are very high. Now we will just move to the basic technology. What is the basic technology which was used in the mobile devices, and how this complete scenario was implemented. The main thing you can see that in the wireless devices, the main thing is the network and the base station. There is a one receiver and sender in any communication. Similarly, in the wireless communication, you can see there is a sender and the receiver, which is the mobile device, and there is the base station, which is also a sender or receiver, which will directly communicate to the device or devices in the particular zone. Now I want to implement the wireless and mobile devices in the particular city. How I will do? What are the main design issues in this? So the main design issue, first of all, I have to identify the area. In which area, how the cell size, the shape of the network will look like, what will the basic entity in my network. So in mobile devices, the basic entity, the shape of the network, the unit of the network shape will be the cell. We say it's the cell. So what will be the size and the shape of the cell? That was the next design issue. So there was a lot of discussion and theories were given that cell size should be circular, then basically it should be the square. However, in the designing issue, we can see the cell size should be from the equidistance from each other. This is the main criteria for designing any network, mobile network. So in the mobile network, the base station which will provide the communication to all the mobile devices, it should be equidistant from the center A to center B. But why it should be equidistant? Because when we are going from one network to another, basically mobile is working on the principle of comparison. Wherever we have the strong signal, it will be directly getting that base station as its own base station, and it will switch to the another base station. So if they are at the equal distance, then only this can happen. That's why we need the equidistance shape size of the cells. Now what are the possible equidistant shape size? Let's go to the figure. In this figure you can see the equidistance. First we assume that there is a square kind of network. This is a very simple kind of network can be occur, and first of all we'll think about that. However, we are saying here that under root D, if D is the distance between the two adjacent cells, this is one cell. So if the distance between two cells is this, which is D, however the distance between this cell and this cell is not D. This is under root 2 D. So this is not equidistance. That's why we have refused this shell shape. Another shell shape we have assumed is the hexagonal pattern. In the hexagonal pattern, it is fulfilling almost all the requirement of the cell shape. In this you can see the distance between the base station 1 and base station 2 or base station 3 or base station 4, all are D. So that's why we have assumed the hexagonal pattern. There is one more reason why we have taken the hexagonal, because it is fixing almost all the cells very adjacent to each other. For example, if you are taking a circle as a base station, there will be some interference region. So this interference region will not be there in the hexagonal pattern. So that's why we have assumed the hexagonal pattern. In this hexagonal pattern, there are some other advantages that if we want to split this hexagonal pattern, it is quite easy and easy to implement. So these are the basic things why we have implemented the shell shape into the hexagonal pattern. So in the mobile devices you can see the shell shape is the hexagonal pattern. The next thing which is very important in terms of the mobile communication is the frequency reuse. What we mean by the frequency reuse? First of all, I have told you that there are n number of frequencies, which means that all these frequencies are nothing but the channel, and at particular frequency we say that at particular channel we having in particular cell we having n number of frequencies, or we say n number of channels. So n number of calls can be done simultaneously at the one time. So in this case, what should be the frequency of the particular cell? What frequency should be assigned to a particular cell? That is the next design issue in the mobile devices, because we have the limited amount of frequencies, and in these frequencies we want to give to the maximum amount of the cells. So this is the main problem we are facing, and in this problem we have, for example, if you are having 7 number of the frequencies, in this 7 number of frequencies we want to allocate these frequencies to different cells, and in this case how we will be able to assign these frequencies to all the cells, so that the adjacent cells should not have the same frequencies, because if the adjacent cells are having the same frequency, the interruption, the errors will be more. So we want that the cell should get the unique frequency which is not having at the adjacent cell. So this is the main criteria how we will select the frequencies. So if you are having 7 frequencies, as you are seeing in this figure, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all frequencies are assigned here. In this case, none of the frequency is the similar or matching to the adjacent cell. Similarly, you take anything like there is a 5. In this 5, 2, 3, 7, 4, 1, 6 are assigned around us. So adjacent cells are not having the similar frequency. This is the main design issue in the frequency reuse. We say this is the frequency reuse pattern, and this you can see the example of 4 in this frequency reuse pattern example where and the frequency reuse pattern is 4. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 are assigned around the 1, and there is no adjacent cell is having the same frequency. Similarly, if the n is larger, in that case also the frequencies will be assigned accordingly, so that adjacent cells will not have the same frequency. So this is the main problem which we have to identify and which we have to solve before designing any mobile network. Now the question will come, because we have assigned one frequency or a set of frequency to particular cell, but in some zones, in some cells, the requirement may be dynamically changing. It may happen that the congestion in the Chandni Chowk area and the congestion in the South X area are different. So in both the areas, what we are seeing, the more number of users are in the Chandni Chowk, however in the South X. So we want the cell shape is the quite same. Now how we can improve the capacity of the particular cell? This is the next challenge issue. This frequency reuse pattern is limited to the number of frequency. However, there are some different criteria where we can improve the capacity of a particular cell. How we will able to improve the capacity of the particular cell? We have different criteria. One, we can borrow the frequency from the adjacent cell or from the other cells. This concept we say this is the frequency borrowing, where we are borrowing the frequency from the adjacent or from the other cells, and that cell will have the more frequency or more channel, and more user can make their calls. Another thing, directly we will able to add the more channels in a particular cell. This is the next thing. Another thing which is more interesting is the cell splitting. In a particular cell, if the particular zone in a cell having a more requirement, we will just split that particular cell into the n number of cells or according to the use. So we can see the network is not static, it is differently changing according to the need. Your network is changing, the cell size is changing. For example, generally cell size is 1 kilometer or 5 kilometer. So in a 5 kilometer cell, if the congestion is more, the requirement is increased by 5 times, then it will directly split itself into the 5 particular cell, and now the cell will be the 1 particular kilometer. So now your one cell is divided into the 5 cells, and each cell will be the 1 kilometer. So this is the way we are splitting the cells. How we will manage the after splitting? We must need lot of computation power, as well as the base station load will be increased. So how to handle this? They are the different challenge issue coming in this mobile and communication designing. There is some things we can see that how cell splitting is exactly done. So these are the cells where cell splitting is done. In this case, first, if the requirement is high, we will divide the cell 1, 2 and 3. So the cell is divided into the smaller one or the more smaller one. Similarly, this is also divided, this is also divided. According to your need, you can split your cells. Now, the cell there is a one more facility which we say the cell sectoring. Here the cells will be sectored in the totality, the complete cells. All the cells will be divided into the different sectors. This is also one of the technology which can be used to improve the capacity of the channel. Similarly, the microcells can be given and assigned to the cells, and the microcells will be able to handle the congestion and the traffic in this, and this is the way, this is the another way we can improve the capacity of the cell. Now you can see this is an example where the exactly how the cell sectoring is done. In this cell, this is the complete cell area. This will be divided into the this number of cell area. This is an example. Now we'll come to the operation of the cellular system. What are the different operations in the cellular system? The main operation is we want a person who want to make a call, the base station should able to send its call to the required system, and both mobile systems should talk efficiently. This is the main call. But how it happens? So we can see the base station which is generally at the center, and in the center it will broadcast its message to all the continuous mobile centers, or mobile devices will also monitor in which base station that particular mobile device is. So this is the two-way communication. Also base station can communicate to the MTSO or PSTN. MTSO we are seeing it's the switching office for the mobiles, and the PSTN which is the public switching for the telephone network. So PSTN or MTSO both can be communicated through the base station. So this is the base station. Another thing is the MTSO. MTSO is nothing but the switching office for the mobile devices. This is the very common scenario of the cellular system. How it happens? This is the landline. This is the mobile device. This is the another mobile device in the car. So now this device, this is the landline wired telephone. This will communicate to the PTSN, which is the public switching network, and through this it will directly communicate to the MTSO. MTSO will communicate to its base stations. All the base station it will communicate that in which zone this particular mobile is present. So it will identify that in this base station, base station will say in my zone this particular mobile device is present, so it will communicate to this, and then after receiving it, it will make this, and this will establish a communication channel between this. So the MTSO will establish a communication channel between this landline phone and the mobile phone. This is a very small example that how it is done, but we will see in more detail that how exactly the call steps will be done, how the mobile device will initiate a call, and how the base station will handle it. Before that, I will just want to say that there are two main kind of channels are in this. One is the voice channel, another is the control channel. Voice channel is nothing but it is carrying your signals, the voice signal, and talking whatever you are talking, it will be communicated to the voice channel. Another is the control channel. Control channel will look after the signaling facilities and the how the message, how the call will be signaled from one place to another place. So this is the control channel. So there are only two main control channel. Now what are the main steps in the MTSO area? First of all, you can see the first step will be the mobile unit initialization. In this mobile unit initialization, generally whenever we switch on our mobile, it will directly locate in which area it is available. After locating the area, it will handle the task to the MTSO, base station, and then base station will give the message, okay, you are in my area, and then this will be communicated to the MTSO. Whenever there is any call, it will directly see that in which area in which base station it is there. So after identifying the base station, directly the another base station will look after the mobile station unit. So this is the way we are seeing that mobile communication is happening. So in this session we have seen that what are the application of mobile devices. We have seen some of the mobile devices also. We have seen the mobile limitations, the technology limitations, and how this technology limitations can be improved in the future. So then after that we have seen the technology, the sales size, the designing issues. Some of the designing issues we have discussed today. Then we have discussed that how the call is actually established in this mobile scenario. So in this today's session we have discussed very brief about the mobile and wireless communication. However, there are a lot of more technology things which we want to share with you, and this we'll share in the next session. Thank you for this session.